Welcome into the Mountaineers Now postgame show presented by Country Roads Air Duct Cleaning, West Virginia. Losers once again here tonight. Shocker. It's been a theme here for the last five. They've dropped, losing tonight 81-67 to Kansas State. A quick look here at the numbers. Raekwon Battle led the way for the Mountaineers with 21 points on 5 of 13 shooting. Kirk Kriisa, Noah Farrakhan each going for 11 points. Cam Carter was a problem all night for Kansas State. Or for West Virginia, but for Kansas State, he was the real deal. 23 points on 8 of 14 shooting. West Virginia really got dominated in the paint once again. They gave up 48 in the paint to Houston. They give up 44 in the painted area here tonight. And Chris, it felt like a winnable game coming into it. They played okay, I think, in the first half. Defensively, it was a mess all throughout, all 40 minutes. But that one little area in the second half where Kansas State won on that 12-2 run really seemed to be what ended up being the difference maker in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned the points in the paint. It's really, they miss Jesse. It's fairly obvious at this point that they don't have an inside presence. Cook is, he's doing what he can, but he's just undersized to be at that position. Quinn's getting overpowered, and you kind of knew he would kind of struggle once they got into Big 12 play, and you knew the whole front court would struggle without Jesse during Big 12 play. So they're just going to have to. I really don't know how you stop it defensively without any presence in there.
Yeah.
They're going to have to score better. Can't shoot 28%. I think it was, what was it, the second half? 20% from the field, second half. So going to have to shoot better. You can't go on droughts. I think West Virginia. They Kansas State started at half on a 17-4 run. I mean, they missed a bunch of shots, so got to make shots. When you can't make easy buckets, you got to rely on your guards to hit shots. Battle did a pretty good job, again, coming up with points, but you're going to have to find scoring somewhere else because it really is at this point. You're just going to have to find ways to outscore your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, not that it really played a difference in the game, but I don't think West Virginia got the benefit of the whistle tonight by any means.
They never do.
No, but tonight it was
It's
really
funny to me
obvious.
when they're playing these over aggressive physical teams that the fouls are the same. West Virginia's not nearly as
Yeah,
physical as these other teams, and they're definitely different calls on these trips down the floor. So it's kind of is what it is. We talked about last game. You're just going to have to fight through it. If it's in your head at this point, you're going to miss those bump shots because you're waiting. I mean, don't expect the call. Kansas State
yeah,
got some of those calls after the shot was missed, some late whistles there, and you're just gonna have to suck it up. It's no, the Big 12 ain't gonna come back and say, hey, they may say they missed the call, but they ain't gonna change the score. So,
exactly.
and when you
Or
lose
the
by
outcome.
when you lose by 14, you're not going to hear a lot of people on your side at that point. So you're going to have to kind of suck it up, play harder, and that's where rebounding, second chance opportunity, comes into play. You've got 6 offensive rebounds. It's such a stark contrast. Again, I know we're missing Jesse Edwards, but you got to find ways to keep possessions alive when you're not on.
Pat Sumnick got rewarded tonight. He had that 12-point outing against Houston. He gets the start. So a lineup change. He and Josiah Harris inserted in while Quinn Slazinski and Akok Cook slide to the bench. What did you think of the new lineup? Did it really make much of a difference? I mean, it just seems like at this point they're just trying to find and search answers because until Jesse Edwards gets back, we talk about trying to keep your head above water, but at this point their head's not even above water.
Pat's playing so much better. He's playing with a lot more confidence. And that's good for for his future, obviously. But yeah, I don't really think it made much of a difference. I think those guys are playing really hard and doing what they're told to do. They're finding their roles. And Pat's one of those guys that's been blocking out on both sides of the room,
Yeah.
on either side that he's on. So he's doing what he needs to do. You'd like to see him get a few more boards throughout the game. But I think offensively, the guys are shooting still before the offensive set because there's no one down there to rebound for them. So it's frustrating at this point. It's frustrating for everybody, but I think we all just need to kind of just take solace in the fact that these kids are still playing hard while they're representing the university. They're 5-10. We'll see what happens this weekend when Texas comes down. Should be plenty of motivation. It's obviously going to be a tough game, but they continue to fight, continue to play hard, and that's all you can really ask for from these kids right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a tough stretch here, like we said, here at the beginning of the Big 12 conference play. It's not going to get any easier, but no one's going to
But they
feel
started
sorry
off
for you.
0-5 or 0-6 last year with a complete team.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, just saying, it is possible that they could turn it around. And by, I would assume, maybe another week and a half, 2 weeks, Jesse's probably back in the
You're
mix.
going to have to give him
Close.
an extra week or two
Yeah,
once he gets
to
on
get
the floor
acclimated,
because he's going to have to not only get acclimated, but he's going to have to get back in game shape. He's going to have to get his wrist strength back. So,
trusting it.
and yep, and him trusting it. So just because he gets back in the lineup here, maybe in 2 weeks, it's probably going to take another week or two before he really gets back in the full swing.
So again, West Virginia losers in this one, 81-67. They dropped to 5-10 on the year, 0-10, or yeah, 0-10. Maybe I'm foreshadowing here. 0-2 in Big 12 conference play. They'll have the next few days off before returning to action, as Chris just mentioned, to host the Texas Longhorns, who are in the top 25. That one will tip off at 6 o'clock on ESPN Plus. And so that'll do it for us here tonight on the Mountaineers Now postgame show presented by Country Roads Air Duct Cleaning. For Christopher Hall, I'm Schuyler. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give us a like on our YouTube channel at Mountaineers Now, and give us a follow on X at the same handle. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Between the Years.